channel. Thank you for tuning in for another video. My name is Sarah. So today we have Elijah joining with me for a while, I think. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can start to teach your 2-year-olds at home, how you can homeschool them. So let's get to start. Kid turns 2 years old. You can start to introduce few things to them. This is the age where they will tend to understand, they want to explore and they want to learn a lot of things. So anything that you teach them from 2 years old, it's very easy for them to grasp. Of course, there are kids who learn a lot earlier, like from 1.5. They tend to recognize colors. It just depends on every kid. And as we all know, every child is different and they learn at their own pace. So we really cannot compare two children together. So just keep that in mind. If your baby is at a certain stage, it's because they are learning. They will learn in their own pace and we cannot pressurize them, but we can always encourage them. It's never bad to introduce something new to them. When your kids turn 2, introducing them to the alphabets, numbers, colors, shapes, opposites, and then few other general hygiene habits. So let's start with alphabets. So from when they are 18 months, that is 1.5, you can actually show them the alphabets. How you can do this is through puzzles. Puzzles are one of the best ways to help kids keep themselves engaged and also learn. I've already spoken about alphabet puzzles in my educational toys video. You can check it out. I will link it up here. In that video, I'll talk to you guys about how the toys that help with fine motor skills. So you can check that video out. So why I always prefer starting kids with puzzles, and also throughout their educational journey you can introduce a lot of puzzles, is because one, it will help with their fine motor skills. So it's very important for their hand and eye coordination. So for example, picking up when you pick up the puzzle, give them a grip in their hand. These small things will help them later to write, because when they need to start writing, they need to be able to hold a pencil this way, and for this you inculcate a lot of fine motor skills in their throughout their learn and play. So like I always say, I do not have like a structured learning. I let them learn through play. How I've been doing it for Elijah. The thing that I really love is flashcards. Flashcards, I've been doing flashcards from when Elijah was around 1.5, you can say. Yeah, from 1.5 they love to explore the different the pictures and the alphabets at the back. So this bundle, it has both the uppercase and the lowercase. I would always suggest you start with the uppercase because kids tend to get confused, and so lowercase you can start gradually, but start them off with the uppercase alphabets. And this one I just picked it up from Amazon. Link it down below, you can check it out, or you will find flashcards everywhere. And so I would always suggest you introducing flashcards, not just for alphabets, even for numbers, because the kids like to see colors, they like to explore. So it's nice to teach them with flashcards. And also one thing that you need to always keep in mind with flashcards is when you introduce a pack to them, do not keep showing the same thing. So what will happen is they might just memorize the alphabet with that particular image, and they wouldn't really recognize the other things. For example, if this bundle has V for vulture, show them other V's. Show them V for violin, V for violet. They'll be able to know other words and other objects that start with V and not just vulture. But apart from that, this is one of the best ways to start teaching your kids. We move on to numbers. So in numbers, usually from 2 to 3, kids will be able to count from 1 to 10. Some kids even 1 to 15. So when you're introducing numbers, you can again start with flashcards or puzzles. You can maybe sing it in the form of a song, things that they'll be that will help them easily remember. And also the bits and the numbers from 2 to 3, it need not be in the sequence. For example, it need not be A, B, C, D. They would jumble it up. That's how it is. It's very common, and that's how kids learn. Elijah, can you count from 1 to 10 as you come down the stairs? Count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What we're going to talk about is colors. What I did to introduce colors to Elijah is I used
something that is solid in color. So for example, I used just the Crayola paints. I will leave a picture here. Just those paint bottles. I used those paint bottles and I showed him, and that's how I introduced colors to him, because it's easier to understand because it's just one solid color. There is no other color mixed along with it. So it's easier for them to grasp. A few things that you need to keep in mind when you're introducing colors to them is do not introduce colors of the same family. For example, if you're introducing red, do not show them orange on the same day. They will get confused. So go like two extremes, so red and blue or red and green. Similarly, don't introduce like yellow and orange on the same time. They will learn, but it takes some time. I still remember when Elijah first started off with colors, every color I showed him was blue because it's easier for them to pronounce. If your kid is just saying one particular color for every color you show, don't worry, that's how it is. They're just exploring. What I would do is I would correct him saying, no Elijah, this is not blue, this is orange. And then I would show him something of blue and show him, see, this is blue, but this is orange, and that way they can differentiate the color. The thing that I did when I was introducing colors to him is, for example, if I start with red for that particular day, I would show him so many items associated with that color itself. So while cooking, I would take a tomato and I will show him, see Elijah, this is a red tomato or a red apple. And then when I'm playing shapes with him, I would show him this is a red circle. So that way he's seeing red throughout the day, and that's how the colors register in their mind. Similarly with blue or green, you can just show them whatever you have at that place throughout the day. Just keep repeating that particular color, so it registers in their mind. While in the topic of colors, and I just wanted to show you options that you can use is through Popsicles. These are colored Popsicles. I picked them up from the dollar store. You can just buy normal Popsicles, plain ones, and then paint them maybe. So this is how it is. So I just put this on the floor, and I ask Elijah to pick up only just the blues or just the reds. So that way they're able to sort out colors from a big pile. So they are able to concentrate because they're looking for that particular color. So it helps with their concentration as well. So this is a very fun activity to do. And also other way that kids love to play and learn is outside. If you're able to take your kids outside and play, take them out, show them everywhere, show them the trees, the leaves. You can tell them the leaves are green and the sky is blue. So there are so many ways to teach kids, and they always love learning through play. Next off we have is shapes. So there are so many ways to teach them the shapes. One of them, what I did with Elijah, is I started off with this shape puzzle. So you just let them first, you just give it to them, you remove the puzzle pieces out, and then let them try to figure out themselves without you showing it to them. So and also it will take some time for them to understand the names of each shape. Let them just figure out themselves. Let them just pick up the pieces and put it, and you can also teach them the color with that. So you can say this is a green circle, or this is a blue triangle. So that way they are learning the color as well as the shape. Improve their fine motor skills. What you can do is you can give them a lot of coloring to do. Kids obviously love to scribble, and give them variety of pencils, like not just pencils and crayons. Give them markers, sketch pens, everything. What I would do is I would draw shapes for him. So I would draw like a big square for just one page, or a big circle, and then ask him to color inside the circle. Of course they will color outside and everywhere apart from the circle, but it's always good to encourage that way, because they're at least holding the crayon, they're holding the pen to to scribble. You can do that, or you can buy these jumbo coloring books. I really like them. So you can see Elijah's artwork here. So what this is nice this way, because these have like a big image, so it's not they do not have very intricate tiny parts. And so when it's this big, it's nice for them to color. There are a lot of other activities to help them with their fine motor skills. One of that is using pipe cleaners and beads. I used to do this a lot with him. I would just give him some of these crafty pipe cleaners, and I would give him a colander, which is like the best thing you can find at home, and I would just ask him to put it through the tiny holes, and then later ask him to beat them. Of course with adult supervision, when you're giving them tiny objects, that make sure that you're with them. every time they're doing the activity. So when they are, beating it, you can see that there is a lot of eye concentration, and then they're holding the bead on one hand and they're holding the pipeline on the other. It again gives them, that finger dexterity, which is very important for fine motors. Starting with coloring, make sure that you start off them with something big to hold. So if you're starting with crayons, make sure that you're choosing the jumbo crayons than this one. So you can see the difference. The jumbo crayons are what they'll be able to hold properly at the beginning, which itself will take some time for them to hold. So do not introduce them to tinier pencils or pens, because they'll be able to grasp a lot easier if it's a jumbo crayon or a jumbo marker. And also there are a few crayons now, I think in Crayola, that come with the triangle shape. So they are used for the easy finger grips. I will leave a picture here. I do not have that now, but I will leave it here for you to understand. So they are in the shape of a triangle, so it's easier for the kids to hold and grip on. We're going to move on to opposites. So how I taught him opposites is I would sit in front of him and I would play with him, saying, oh look Elijah, this is a big ball. And then I would show him a tinier ball and I would say, this is a small ball. So opposite of big is small. That's how they learn, because you're showing them the actions as well. And you can say Elijah, let's go out. Let's go out. So you're going out, and then when you're back in, you can say, oh, let's go back in. So opposite of out is in. At this age, they want to learn everything like a song with action. So for hot, you can say, if you're drinking coffee, you can say, this coffee is hot. And then you can say, oh, it's so cold. So opposite of hot is cold. So when you ask them again, they would repeat it with the same tone and the same actions. So that's like an interesting way to teach them. From 2, they tend to learn a lot of words. They tend to speak more. So at this point, you can just introduce them to words like items and objects. This is definitely one book that I will recommend. This is the first 100 words. This you will find it everywhere here in the US and Canada. You find this at Walmart, and of course it's in Amazon, and it's in a lot of other kids stores as well. This is the first 100 words. I think there is a first my first fruits, my first vehicles. There are so many like that, but this is the one that I really liked, because it's a big book and the pictures are big, and if you can see here, the book is in pieces now, of course, because Elijah loves this book. So he tends to play with it a lot more, and it's all come in pieces, but this definitely is one of his favorite books to read. What I really love about this book is they have images that you tend to use in a daily basis. So there is the pillow, there is slippers, and then crib. This is bedtime. And there are these fruits and vegetables. These are quite the first fruits and vegetables that are easier to pronounce for them, and they'll be easily recognized. They'll be able to recognize them easily. So that's why I like this book. Apart from these learnings, there are a few other things that you can teach them. For example, hygiene habits. So starting off with eating with a fork and a spoon from 2 years. Introduce them to good table manners and actually encourage potty training. 2 is when I started. 1.5, I introduced a little, but I knew that it was a little too early for him. But of course, it's never too early to potty train. But I did introduce it from when he was 1.5, but I felt he actually caught on to it from 2. Speaking of good habits, you can encourage them to put on their own clothes and put on their own socks, help them putting on their own shoes, their jacket. So I just wanted to introduce this very fun toy to all of you. It's this one, buckle toys. They sent me this toy for Elijah. This is to help them put on belt buckles, or if you see, there are so many different types of buckles here. So this could be for the belt, or even their car seat. So when they are doing this, you can see that they have to have concentration and then use both their hands to put it in and wait for the click. And also it's not easy to open. They need to actually put in a lot of pressure and then open up the buckle. So that really helps them. And then at the back there is this very cute zip. that will also help them open, and closing the zip will help them with their fingers. And why we mainly use these type of toys is because it will help them in their practical life, because these buckles are things that they see on their clothes or and the zips on their jackets, their pants. This is such a brilliant toy actually, to have all these different buckles to help them with their fine motor skills. I will just put a link at the bottom for Buckle Toys if you'd like to go see their website. They are a wonderful brand with many cute toys as such. I have a trusty crab here. They come in different shapes and different colors, and then you have the numbers here, and then all around, which will help kids learn numbers. That's it for this video, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found this video informative. If you did, kindly give me a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more preschool homeschooling videos. I would love to do it for all of you guys, and I will leave the educational toys video also up here. You can check that out. Until next time, my friends, see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.